It started on a quiet late summer evening, the kind where the air smells like dust and sweet corn and everything feels slow enough to breathe. My family's cornfield sat just beyond, the edge of an upscale neighborhood, run by an HOA that had hated us from day one. To them, our land wasn't heritage or livelihood, it was an eyesore. They complained about the tractor noise, the scarecrows, even the way the corn blocked their sunset views, and at the center of all those complaints was her. The HOA Karen, clipboard in hand, smile sharp as broken glass, always threatening fines she had no authority to enforce. That week the corn was ready for harvest. Months of work, thousands of dollars in seed, water, and labor, all about to pay off. I remember standing at the edge of the field that afternoon, running a hand over the dry leaves, already planning the early harvest run for the next morning. That's when I noticed the smell. At first I thought it was a neighbor's grill. Then I saw the smoke, thin, gray, curling upward from deep inside the field. By the time I started running, the smoke had thickened into black plumes. Flames crawled up the dry stalks like they'd been invited. Corn burns fast when it's ready to harvest, and the fire moved with terrifying speed. I called 911 while shouting for my workers to grab extinguishers, but we all knew it was too late. The fire roared, crackling and popping, devouring row after row. In less than 15 minutes, a third of my harvest was gone. Fire trucks screamed down the road, red lights flashing against the dusk. Firefighters jumped out, working fast, cutting fire breaks and soaking the edges to keep it from spreading toward the houses. That was when one of them approached me, his face serious. "This wasn't an accident," he said. "We found an ignition point, gasoline." My stomach dropped. Someone had torched my field on purpose. While the firefighters worked, a sheriff's deputy began asking questions. Had there been disputes? Threats? Trespassing? I didn't even hesitate. I told him about the HOA complaints, about the warnings, about Karen standing at my gate just 2 days earlier, telling me the corn was a fire hazard and that she'd handle it if I didn't remove it. I'd laughed at the time. Now, the words echoed like a confession. What I didn't know yet was that Karen hadn't gone far. One of the firefighters spotted a luxury SUV parked awkwardly behind a line of trees near the back of the field. Inside were empty gas cans, gloves, and, most damning of all, an HOA-branded clipboard with printed violation notices, listing my property. She hadn't even bothered to hide it well. About an hour later, as embers still glowed in the ruined rows of corn, the fire chief made a call. The deputy made another. And then the fire trucks, still dirty, from my field, rolled out of my driveway and headed straight into the HOA neighborhood.